This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2026 Starcraft Autumn Ridge. And the model number is 182 RB. Okay. So this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay. So obviously you have regular crank down stabilizers. Takes a 3/4 inch crank, which is up in the front compartment. You have a power awning with LEDs. Outside 120 AC power. Fold up steps with adjustable legs. If you ever have trouble closing the door, just make sure you keep the threshold, this plate, flat and parallel with the threshold there, and it'll close. You just shorten the legs a little bit. Okay. This is your shore cord. It's a 30 amp shore cord. Okay. You have your kill switch right here. That's your dump hose kit. That's a reducer to reduce your 30 amp down to a 20, so you could plug it in at home and pack up whatever you need to do. Deep cycle marine battery, a 20-pound tank, crank type tongue jack. This is for your fresh water tank fill. Now the most common way to get water to the trailer, of course, is the city water hookup. But if you're camping someplace without city water, you're boondocking, whatever, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here, then use the onboard pump to pump the water. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it from the tank. So that's like option B. But it's a good option. And of course, when it comes to your main option, it's going to be right here. Just your regular city water hookup. Just hook the hose on there, turn it on, and you're all set. This is cable and satellite through, as you can see. This is where you plug in your shore cord, your 30 amp cord. That's the exhaust for your furnace, of course. This is the vent for your range hood. So if you're cooking and you want to vent to the outside, you turn on your range hood fan, and this is where it exits at. So keep in mind, that's what that's for. This is your water heater here. So let's see what we got. Okay, so the switches are inside the trailer. I'll show them to you when we get inside there. Your drain plug, which is also an anode rod, is right here. It takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket to remove it and to crank it back in. So you need to have one of those, but you'll drain it by there. If you ever drain it, always make sure that you refill the tank on this water heater before you turn on any energy source. You always want to have water in it before you run it, so keep that in mind. Okay. The way you do that is you hook up your city water, then you're going to just turn on a hot water faucet inside, and if the tank's empty, the faucet will just spurt out air, and then as it fills, it'll be a combination of air and water, and eventually you get solid water coming out. That's when you know it's full. Okay, the manufacturer states you should inspect your roof every 90 days or so, so make sure somebody looks at it. You don't have to go up there. You can actually just get up on a ladder and take it around the perimeter and look at the roof. Make sure there's no damage caused by low branches or anything like that. There's no cracking or separation with the sealant where water can get through. Just give it a good look over. You can't tell what's happening up there unless you look, so it's important to keep after it. Odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but you just don't know for sure, so you have to look. That's pre-wired. That housing tells us it's pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit, so you can get one of those. We have them here. You can get them elsewhere. That's a bracket that's pre-installed for a Lippert telescoping ladder, which is a good thing when it comes to, you know, if you want to get up on the roof, that's a good way to do it. So you can also get that. Now, this is your dump valves here, so you can see the valve right there. You also have LP hookup for the LP system. If you wanted to add a griddle or a grill or whatever, you can plug it right in here to this quick connect. The thing is, if you're ever going to buy anything like that, make sure you get the correct product. You want something that's designed for a travel trailer. It's a low pressure system, you know, that runs on like 10 to 12 inches in the water column, so it's very low pressure system. So you just make sure you get the right type of grill or griddle if you do that. Okay. All right. So we can come inside. We're not plugged in, but we have batteries, so we can just run it on that. Okay. There's your awning light. This is your switch to power the awning. So out. It's that simple. Never leave it out unattended. If you're not at the campsite, roll it in. Your water pump is right here. Remember, you use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. That's also used to winterize the trailer. Your water heater on electric here. It's got an electric heating element. That's the way you'll run it mostly when you're camping. But if you need some more hot water, let's say you're taking a shower, you can kick on the gas burner and you just get, it's not on demand, but you get a much faster recovery if you run the gas. So you have that. And of course your levels, your battery levels, your tank levels are all there. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. You have a little storage under here. Okay, with gas struts to assist. TV here, you got backer plate for a swing out bracket. This red light tells us that the digital antenna is turned on. You can shut it off, but you won't get a good picture. You always want it on like that when you're using the antenna. Your keys are hanging right here on the faucet. Okay. Your table, you can take the legs off, drop the top down onto these cleats here, and turn this into a bed if you need to. This is your literature and just stuff for the trailer, mostly literature. Your thermostat is right here. It's self-evident. It's for the furnace. You're just going to click it over. When you shut it off, it clicks to the left. You want to hear the click to make sure it's off. As soon as you click it off, the furnace shuts off, or the flame shuts off, but it will continue to run for a minute or two to complete the cycle. So keep that in mind. When it comes to your air conditioning, the controls are on the unit itself. You have your thermostat, and then you have some fan speeds and some air conditioning speeds on that side. The fan speeds just run the air conditioner without the compressor and circulate air. Once you turn it to the air conditioning side, it kicks in the compressor. It's your smoke detector. You also have somewhere along here, let me find it. You have let's see here. I'm going to have to go on a hunt to find it here. Let's see. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, well here's your power converter. We'll talk about that right now. The power converter converts AC to DC power. Okay. Let me get down here. So when you open it up, so you have regular 120 AC circuit breakers here like you'd have at home. When you're plugged in to shore power, then the 120 AC is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. You got 12 volt DC fuses, and they're all labeled right here. Okay, that's where your 12 volt comes from. Everything that can run on 12 volts DC in a trailer does. Basically, some things have to be AC, like the air conditioner and the microwave, things like that. If you have a microwave, but basically it runs on 12 volt DC, so that's where the 12 volt comes from. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy, as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll sense how much energy your battery has and needs the battery up on the tongue, and it will keep it charged. When you're going down the road, your tow vehicle will charge the battery, so it discharges it when you're plugged in, and tow vehicle will charge it when you're traveling. You take these off to access the water pump and winterizing hose and things like that. Okay, 2 screws holding it on. Okay. Now this is a GFCI plug. Even if you look like outside, it's a regular plug. It doesn't have the GFCI functions, but it's still wired through this, right? So all the plugs, even if they're regular duplexes, are wired to a GFCI. So if you lose power in one of them, you reset the GFCI first. That's 9 times out of 10 that's going to be your issue. Okay. Shower, of course. You got a fan. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood that we talked about. You have a fan and a light. Okay, this is your cooktop. Always travel with the cooktop in the down position. You have a light, of course. You're just gonna, I don't think he's got the gas on right now, but you just basically go to high. Oh, I guess he does. So you light it that way. You're all set. Okay, very simple. Don't close this down when it's super hot, but make sure you travel with it down so it doesn't break. Okay. All right, let me look a little farther here so I can see what else we have. Here it is. Okay, I'm starting to doubt myself here. This is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be glowing green. If it's not green, you get it serviced. It's also got a button right there you can push to test it. So test it every now and then. Make sure it's working. It's very important, obviously. It detects LP gas and carbon monoxide, so it's very important. If it stops working, get it fixed immediately. They're not expensive. It's very simple replacement. So make sure you take care of it, okay? Okay, the rest of it's just storage. You have an escape window, of course. It works the same way they all do. You push it all the way through, and then you grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out and make your escape. Okay. And that about covers it, I believe. So let me look around a bit here. Yes. Any of the lights that don't work with the switch, they all have a button on them. Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. You want to keep after that, just for your own protection. And right now there's no antifreeze in the trailer at all. It's been purged and replaced with fresh water. Your water tank's full, and the valves are in the correct position for camping, so you're all set, ready to go. Okay? Thank you very much.